Okay, so I've been seeing this a lot in the comments. Okay, how can I increase my credit score 100 points? And is it possible? Guys, listen, y'all know I'm gonna be honest. While this isn't the most realistic goal, it's not impossible, especially if your credit score is extremely low. And I mean extremely low. This isn't a goal that I would make like, this wouldn't be the main thing on my goals list in regards to credit repair. Like, this wouldn't be number one because this is a very high goal to set, and it may be impossible for some people depending on where you're at credit score wise right now. Like, the lower your score, the better your chances of seeing an increase this big in a short amount of time. But if your score is already high, the chances of your score increasing so drastically in a short amount of time is just not possible. Like, it's not realistic. This is not a realistic goal for everybody, but it just depends on where you're starting from. So if your score is lower, then this may be like something that you can achieve, but this isn't like a goal this isn't something that I personally would be like, okay, so my goal this year, is to increase my credit score 100 points in 30 days. Like, that's just not realistic. It's not a realistic goal for the everyday person. It's not a realistic goal for everybody, but it's not impossible. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, so number one, I'm gonna give y'all some ways that you can achieve an increase in your score, but to be so specific with that number is just something that I can't personally get on here and be like, if you do these things, your score will increase 100 points in 30 days. Like, I'm not gonna say that, but I'm gonna tell you, if you do these things, your credit score will increase from doing these things. But I'm not going to say it's going to increase 100 points by doing these things. Does that make sense? Integrity, okay? I'm not going to do things just so you click my video, but I want to just be real, like, okay, if you do these things, then you're going to see an increase, But anyways, number one, obviously lowering your credit utilization. Now, anything over 30% is too much. People with higher scores typically use less than 10% of their credit utilization. And people with excellent credit scores are using like 1 to 3% of their credit utilization. And they are doing this by not depriving themselves of using their credit cards. It's just that they're strategic about it. Okay? You can use your credit card as much as you need to throughout the month, as long as by your statement date, that utilization is down to 10% of whatever your overall credit limit is, or based off the balance of what you have currently. So let's just say your credit limit is $500, and you use that card, you use the full amount. Okay, but if your statement date, let's just say for shits and giggles, today is the 7th, and your statement is on the 11th. And like you have a current balance of $500 on a credit limit of $500. So your card is maxed on the 7th. Now your statement date is the 11th. You go ahead and you make a payment. You pay $450. Now your balance is $50 out of $500. Your statement date rolls around. You still have that $50 reporting. That $50 gets reported to the credit bureaus. Now you have a utilization of 10%, but you've been using your card. But see, the thing is, I feel like I'm going to start preaching. The thing is with credit cards is it's like, it's really, I'm going to elaborate in another video, but you can get caught in a cycle with credit cards if you're not using them right. And then, matter of fact, I'm not even going to do that in this video. We'll talk about that in a different video. But the thing here is, you can use your card. People just think that they need to stop using their card altogether, and that's not the case. Use your card as much as you need to. Just get familiar with your statement date. That's the only date that your balance on your card matters, like in regards to your credit. score. Okay, moving along. Number 2, you want to ask your credit card issuer for a credit limit increase. Assuming you haven't done this recently, assuming that you're using the card right, your balance isn't high right now, then ask for a credit limit increase. Number 3, become an authorized user. Just make sure that the credit card is being reported to all 3 bureaus. We do not want to just get the benefit of this credit card with this high limit on this authorized user as being an authorized user for just one credit report. You want this to be for all 3 of the bureaus, so you can get points for each one of your reports, because you never know what company is going to pull from what credit bureau, and you want your, if you're going to do authorized user thing, you need to get the benefit on all 3. Okay. Number 3, become an authorized user. Just make sure that the credit card is being reported to all 3 bureaus. We do not want to just get the benefit of this credit card with this high limit on this authorized user as being an authorized user for just one credit report. You want this to be for all 3 of the bureaus, so you can get points for each one of your reports, because you never know what company is going to pull from what credit bureau, and you want your, if you're going to do authorized user thing, you need to get the benefit on all 3. Okay. All right. Number 4, make your payments on time. With payment history making up to 35% of your credit score, you cannot afford to miss a payment, like, at all. And I know things happen, I know it, but if you can't afford to use your credit card, then don't use it. As tempting as it may be. And I know it's easier said than done. Trust me, I'm not too far away from knowing what it feels like to need that credit card, know I don't got no money coming, and then take the late payment, and take that hit on my credit score. Like, I know. But I'm just telling you, you cannot afford to miss a payment if you're trying to see an increase this drastic in a short amount of time. Number 5, if you have accounts and collections, you need to address them, period. Collections hold a lot of weight, especially them fresh ones. You need to get collections removed. If you got medical debts under $500, write the credit bureaus, call the credit bureau, say, hey, per the new law, these collections cannot be on my credit report. Remove them, regardless if they're paid or not. They're under $500, they don't need to be there. If you have medical collections that are yours that are over $500, if there is any way that you can get on a payment plan with the hospital or doctor's office that you went to, do so, and then ask them to remove the account from collections, because you are now in a payment arrangement with the creditor if they're willing. If not, make payment arrangements with the collection agency, assuming that the debt has already been validated. Send them a settlement letter or a payment arrangement letter, so that, you can work on getting this account removed from your credit report after payment. If there are any other type of collections on your accounts, always get them validated first before you pay. A paid collection is no good on your credit report. It may look better because it doesn't have a balance, but a paid collection is still a derogatory account. You want it removed completely. So handle those collections. Number 6, dispute any errors that you find on your credit report, starting from your name to your date of birth, the address, your social, just anything that does not belong to you. Always, always, always look for identity theft, because everybody runs the risk of identity theft, by leaving your credit profiles unlocked or giving your information over to someone on the phone, filling out things online, like at public spots or whatever the case. Like, we all could, hit a snag one day with identity theft. So always look for things that just look weird, addresses in a different state, look for accounts that you didn't apply for, file an FTC identity theft report online, print out a copy of that, send it to all the credit bureaus that it's reporting to, along with the letter basically saying that, hey, this account is not mine. I filed an identity theft report. Please remove this immediately. Make sure you send a copy to the creditor so they will make note in their system and stop contacting you about this debt. So, just start there. But your chances of getting a score increase like this, you have better chances when your score is low, when you have poor credit, opposed to someone with good credit. If you also have any tips in regards to building your profile and increasing your score, leave them below. But just being honest, this is a this isn't like a realistic goal, but you know, just assuming that your profile is already not so good and maybe you can achieve this. But you know, this isn't something that I would just be like, you know, this wouldn't be like my main, what am I trying to say? This isn't just like a realistic goal, okay? But it's achievable if you have poor credit. But anyways, that's that on this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Bye.